northwest tonight. First up, a 13-year-old boy from Blackpool, Kobe Keogh, has died after being seriously injured in a house fire that police believe was started by an e-bike. A 19-year-old man remains in a serious condition in hospital tonight. The tragedy comes as new figures show the Northwest has the second highest number of e-bike and e-scooter fires in the country, behind only London. Becky G from the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents has been looking at the dangers and what can be done to reduce the risks.
A lot of these fires are linked to, so e-bikes have lithium-ion batteries, so it's failing or damaged lithium-ion batteries, things like incorrect and incompatible chargers, and also we're seeing lots of conversion kits, so people can convert their conventional bike into an e-bike. And then finally, there's also some poor quality products that are being sold via online marketplaces too, and these are leading to the fires. The UK Fire Service has actually recorded that there were 432 e-bike fires in 2025, and that was a 38% increase on the year before. And I think it's also really important not to charge your e-bike near your escape route, so places like hallways and stairs, which you would use to get out if there was a fire. It's really important not to charge them there in case they do overheat or set on fire.
Now, on the eve of the second phase of the Southport inquiry, the solicitor representing the families of Alice de Silva Aguirre, Elsie Stancombe and BB King has welcomed the government's acceptance of the inquiry's initial findings and its promise to address the failings identified. But he says there's growing concern that progress is too slow, warning that families want to see meaningful changes implemented without delay to help prevent a similar tragedy happening again.
The families are cautiously optimistic. They are grateful the government's response is a positive one in terms of the recommendations. It's concerning to me that I'm concerned that things may go into the long grass, when in reality we need to work at a pace to implement those changes, dealing with the failings, the thematic failings across the board, to ensure that these things will never happen again.
Next, the family of an 18-year-old killed in a car crash on Sunday evening have paid tribute to him. George Gaffney was a passenger in the vehicle which hit a tree at Allostock near Holmes Chapel in Cheshire. His family says he touched so many lives with his personality and charm. The driver's in a critical condition. Another passenger in the car is also in hospital. Cheshire Police is appealing for information or any dash cam footage. And Merseyside Police has been told to improve outcomes for victims in a report by the police watchdog. Inspectors monitored the force over the last year and found, while it is outstanding at preventing offences, the numbers of crimes it solves is low. Merseyside Police says it welcomes the findings and has begun to address areas requiring improvement. And an underground energy storage project off the northwest coast has moved a step closer after being given a project of national significance status by the government. The mesh scheme near Barrow would store surplus energy from wind farms in underground caverns beneath the Irish Sea. Supporters say it could help tackle one of the biggest challenges facing renewable energy: how to store power for when it's needed most. Our environment correspondent, Judy Hobson, reports.
Wind turbines produce about a third of the UK's electricity, but they could produce more. For years, scientists have tried to find a way of storing more of the energy they create, and now there could be a solution off the coast near Barrow. The project is called MESH. It would take the air created by the turbines and squeeze it so it becomes highly pressurised. The compressed air is then stored underground in salt caverns. When energy is needed, the air is released, and that turns generators to produce the electricity.
This is proven technology. It's been operating in Europe since the 1970s and in the USA since the 1990s, and actually more recently in China.
An offshore wind turbine like this can create enough energy to power 3,000 to 4,000 homes. But to avoid grid overload during the night, they're often shut down at a cost to the consumer.
Last year, the cost of wasted wind passed on to consumers was 1.5 billion. What this project really does is it can store for days as opposed to hours. Our plan is to reach a final investment decision for the development and by the end of 2031 be operational.
Experts say if we can reduce our reliance on gas, then we can set our own energy prices, and that should mean cheaper bills for all of us. Judy Hobson, BBC North West Tonight.
OK, let's get the latest weather forecast with Corazon.
Hello, good evening to you. We are going to see more of this cloud overnight and into tomorrow morning, but once that clears tomorrow, it's going to be a dry and fine day. We have got high pressure building to the southwest, gaining strength, and that's going to give us our hotter temperatures towards the end of the week, keeping these weather systems roughly at bay, but it is importing quite a bit of cloud in overnight. That will thin and break, and then we'll have some clear spells developing. For a time, it's going to feel quite mild and muggy overnight with those temperatures in the low to mid-teens between 13 and 15 degrees Celsius. And then as we start tomorrow morning, some of that cloud disappearing, and as the day goes on, we're going to see more blue skies and sunshine, and those temperatures responding. We could see highs of around 28 degrees Celsius, so very, very warm indeed. Taking a look at your outlook for the coming days, the temperatures continue to rise. They peak on Friday before they come down, but look at the sunshine going into next week.
Well, that's all from me this evening, but Eunice will have all your latest tomorrow morning at 6:25. Good night.